Going live now. Okay, we are
Yes, yes,
live.
yes. Yeah,
We are
we are
on
live.
live, everyone. Um,
Hello,
we
world.
talk too much,
Wake up.
Sammy. We talk too much in the background.
Yeah, our conversation was almost ending.
Yeah, and you know what? I didn't even set up my audio correctly. Let me just
Mhm.
turn up my volume. There you go. Okay.
Am I
Well,
sounding beautifully? Am I
you are
sounding
sounding
well?
beautifully.
Okay,
Actually, I
okay.
couldn't hear. I couldn't hear you before, but now I fixed it. I fixed it.
All right, all right. Turn the volume
It's
up.
perfect. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Let people
Well,
hear my beautiful voice.
oh, always, Sammy, always. They can hear your beautiful voice every time they go on Instagram because you post you're very consistent.
I am. I am.
Yeah,
Consistent is
you're
a
very
key, as they
consistent.
say.
Yes, consistency is the key. That's correct.
Right. But I left the
But
YouTube
anyway,
though. By the way, I left the
I
YouTube though.
know. Yes,
Huh.
and we're talking about that in
A
the
little bit.
background,
Yeah,
a little
yeah.
bit.
We did. We
Yeah,
did.
yeah. Hey, before we keep going, I just want to,
Mm.
again, thank you for your time. Thank you for having a chat with me. Round three in my channel, my
And
very small
free.
channel.
Yay. No, don't say that. Don't say that. Your
Ah, it
content
is.
is legit. Good content.
Ah, thank
Very
you,
good.
thank
Very
you.
good. Thank you very much for inviting me to your very educational content channel. Content channel? Yeah, content channel.
Content channel,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. You know what? While people are still coming on, let's just catch up real quick. What has been new in your world, Sammy? Because the last time we spoke was, I think,
Oh,
a few months ago.
few months ago,
Mm.
nothing has changed significantly. I'm still healthy as hell.
Mm.
I'm strong as hell. And just
Yeah.
I have started to talk about my PTSD or PTSD induced insomnia to be exact. Yes,
Mm.
I'm showing a vulnerability. Here's the deal. When I became like noticed by many followers after being on the Dr. Shaw Baker's show, I
Mm.
didn't mention too much about my insomnia. It's like,
Yes.
hey, Sami, Carnivore over 8 years. Still, you have a
Yes.
insomnia? Carnivore doesn't work, does it? I didn't want to get this impression. But
Mm.
now, though, for transparency, I am openly talk. I'm talking about my PTSD. Yes, PTSD causes insomnia, and
Mm.
according to many literatures or studies, even I'm sorry, the doctor, a psychiatrist,
That,
who is a
yeah.
Palmer, brain energy author, brain
Oh,
Palmer,
I'm
Doctor
not sure.
Chris Palmer.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
sorry
Yep.
if
Okay.
Chris Palmer, he says that ketogenic diet, deep ketosis, kind of
Mm.
heals PTSD. Though
Mm. Mm.
still just eating a bunch of meat automatically doesn't reverse your dark history, especially in your
Mm.
childhood.
Mm.
I've been working on it.
Yes.
I got a
Yes.
coach who releases my trapped emotion according to his evaluation. I did
Mm.
have literally 3,000 some layers of trapped emotion in my heart, anatomical heart. It's difficult to explain. Some people
Mm.
already
No,
go,
no, no.
"Oh, Sammy, go, ooh. I'm gonna click away. Don't go there.
Don't click away yet.
Stay here. It's gonna be
Click.
interesting."
Stay here, please. No one's watching right now, so come watch.
Right. Make yourself comfortable so that you can
Yeah.
go through my story. This is the thing. Still,
Yeah.
my average sleeping is 5 hours or 4 hours. I've been
Really?
working on it. Yeah. Can you
Okay.
believe that? I'm still energetic. I happen to
I
drop
was gonna
it
say.
because of the, yeah, I know it's a miracle, right? Could be
Mm.
due to the carnivore. If I
Mm.
wasn't a carnivore, I would have been walking zombie every day. Somewhat,
Mm.
carnivore offset my sleep deprivation. I'm not justifying the lack of sleep. I'm telling just my feeling. You know what I mean,
Mm.
Joe?
Yeah. I get you. Yeah.
Do you have a clients who have
Yes.
sleeping problems, being on a good diet, good lifestyle, taking care of those supplements like myself? Have you taken care of this kind of a hardcore insomniatic patient?
Not yet.
Mm.
I know.
Now
I
this is
know
the first
people
time
who have.
you
Mm,
okay,
I
you
know
have.
people who struggle with insomnia.
Mm-hmm.
But the people that I've worked with, actually, you know what, Sammy? A lot of people have sleeping problems.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yes.
Not saying everyone is the same, but there's always different levels.
Mm.
Even myself, because I work as a nurse, I
Mm.
have sleeping problems. I did.
Ah.
Some people with the sleeping patterns improve. Some people don't.
Mm.
Excuse me. But most of the people that I speak to on that are doing keto or carnivore, their sleep patterns have improved a little bit.
Mm.
Mm.
You mean you're saying that improve mean the longer duration or some
Duration and
watches and
quality.
stuff and oh yeah.
Yeah. I think because so I was actually speaking to a couple of I was running a group challenge, and then we were talking about some of the improvements that people experience when they went ketogenic or low carb.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
They didn't have to wake up during the night to keep going to the bathroom.
Oh,
So
okay.
in that physical sense,
Mm-hmm.
it did improve their sleep
Oh,
because
sure.
they can sleep without having to urinate or wake up
Mm.
and go to the toilet. And that might be because of the lower blood sugar levels, lower insulin, so you're retaining less water.
Yeah.
But your case is a little bit different. That is, there is a psychological
Are
uh,
you saying this?
component.
いや、it's definitely psychology is significantly plays big role. At the same time,
Mm.
though, quite recently, I started to study supplements.
Mm.
Of course, I
Mm.
have taken lots of supplements. You can
Mm.
imagine that many supplements under the sun for better sleep. I've been
Mm.
taking
Mm.
that, but they don't work. But the thing is that since I opened my sleep deprivation, my
Mm.
insomniatic symptoms, one of the followers, many followers, gave me a recommendations. Oh, this supplements and that's that, that this music, that all of that. And one of my followers on DM saying that why don't you ask uh, the guy who knows like a life hack, biohack stuff. His name
Biohacks.
is
Yep.
Biohacks, and Ryan Alexandra.
Mm.
Some of them know his name. He's got a big channel. Uh, they, yeah, I have nothing to lose. I send some my
Mm.
bios and my conditions and all of that. And he was saying that I might need a calcium supplementation
Right.
because of that. Many carnivore taking a
Mm.
hell of a lot of phosphorus. Am I saying it
Mm.
correctly? The phosphorus. That
Okay.
depletes the calcium. So
Right.
our body needs calcium. That's why the
Yes.
calcium it's you getting from your bones and teeth and muscles and organs and all of that.
Mm.
At the moment, I digressed because eating meat. How dare you? That's gonna cause mineral vitamin deficiencies. It's difficult
Mm.
to kind of comprehend. But if I said that, this is the end of the story. I
Mm.
try to kind of keep open my mind, even though still,
Mm.
really, we have a deficiency on the carnivore.
Mm. Mm.
But here's my kind of a conclusion I came
Mm.
was that yes, normally meat is our food. Anatomically,
Mm.
enzymically, hormonally, everything we are supposed to be eating meat. But
Mm.
the thing is that many people have absorption, the problem because of leaky guts and compromised cause of, who am I? Colon
Mhm.
cancer patient. Of course, my
Yes. Yeah. I
colon,
was gonna say. Yeah.
colon is massively compromised. And the
Yes.
absorption problem, and also that I live in the city area, very kind of
Mm.
a busy area, cars and, jet engines and all of that. And I'm inhaling this stuff. Sometimes I cough because of the,
Yes.
bad air, the air pollution. And
Mm.
also the water I'm drinking is tap water. Of course, tap water. Yeah, I filtered it, but
Mm.
nanoplastic, who knows?
Mm.
I'm
Yeah. Yeah.
drinking, and also I don't eat organic grass-fed and premium cuts. My beef
Mm.
is coming from Australia. Thank you,
Mm.
and they are corn-fed, corn-finished. Of course, in their the babies they ate the
Yes.
grass, but after maybe 200 days they were fed
Yes.
corns. I'm
Confed.
eating
Yes.
a
Yes.
corn-fed, corn-finished beef.
Mm.
So many things. I could have been better, but I can't because of the financial considerations and so many elements.
Mm.
That is why, if you have some toxins and all of that, your
Mm.
body needs certain vitamins and minerals more than normal people. So
Mhm.
I now I try to believe his theory. If you don't believe it, nothing works. That's why I
Yes. Yeah.
try to believe. Might be I'm
Mm.
causing some calcium or selenium, whatever the deficiency.
Mm.
So I'm working on it to kind of and also yeah. People assume I assumed that you can't sleep, take magnesium, right? The,
Yeah.
it is said
Ah.
that 80%
Mm.
of people are magnesium deficiency. I have
Yeah.
heard that. Magnesium, I take many types of magnesiums, right?
Yeah.
To do that, there is a kind of I don't know, inverse relationship. If you take a magnesium, you have to take a calcium. Otherwise,
Mm.
magnesium, the calcium, your body try to, balance.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if you don't take, bioavailable calcium enough, your body is
Mm.
going to struggle or try to get the calcium from your bones and all of that.
Mm.
So this
Yeah.
is something I am learning. Don't quote him that. Don't take my words as a fact. I'm learning.
Mm.
Here you go.
Mhm.
This is these days.
Absolutely.
Quick
No.
update.
No, that was a really good update, and that's, you know what, surprisingly, that's something that I wanted to talk to you about today as well. Was
Mm,
not just focusing on carnivore or
mhm,
always, what is it about the carnivore diet, but other things in life that has, that we can
like
improve.
that.
I'm not just about diet. I'm not just about fixing people's diets. You know what? Health is more than that. Yes, diet is a huge part of it, but um that's not all that matters. There's other things that matters, and sleep is huge.
Ah, yes.
Now I wanted to ask you, has your sleep improved since you have implemented
You
supplementation with calcium?
you think no calcium it hasn't arrived yet. The
Oh,
thing is
okay.
that as like a magnesium, there are many types of
Okay.
calciums. I
Mm.
was trying to get the calcium by eating eggshells. Very wild.
Oh.
I was crunching,
Yeah,
baked
yeah.
calcium, which is horrendously
Yeah.
bad. You shouldn't do. But
Yeah.
according to the Ryan Alexander, he said that eggshells or other types of majority of the kind of a market calcium they don't work.
Mm.
You need
Yeah.
to get that more bioavailable, bioabsorbable stuff.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the shipment to arrive.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
That's good.
on the way.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
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 in
do people oh, sorry.
yeah, sorry, I was going to say, in terms of my emotional aspect, thanks to my
Mm.
emotional code coach, Sarina,
Mm.
and yes, she released many trapped emotions from my childhood until adulthood. Still, I have a kind of a negative thinking pattern. I've been thinking, like a self-criticizing way, think about myself. Oh, how dare I should have done, could have done, would have done. I was thinking about this way, to think about myself for 40 plus years. I'm 40, 51. That your thinking pattern is not the something, okay, I'm going to change this. Then boom, changes. No, 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 no. It takes longer time. You will catch yourself thinking, oh, damn, why did I say that? That kind of, thinking pattern. So I'm trying to
Yeah.
correct. I'm trying to, take my thought to the good direction. I'm been
Yes.
working on it. What I'm trying to say is that my sleep hasn't just improved yet. Yeah, it's every day I'm learning, especially wake up middle of the night. Oh damn! Just I slept 2 hours. Oh shit! I swear many 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 times. But at the end of the swearing session, I realized that, oh, don't think about it. I slept 2 hours. Thinking about medical practitioners like yourself, they had to stay up to 20, 30 hours and all of that. Compared
Yeah.
to them, I slept just 2 hours. This is the
Yeah.
time you need to learn how to navigate yourself, to think about positively, even in a very very terrible situation. That's my learning stuff going on.
That's awesome. Well, Sammy, we've got two viewers on right now, so I just want to say hello to who are watching right now.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for joining in.
Yeah.
Sammy, we've had a chat already about a couple of things. We've
Yeah.
just to catch you guys up, whoever's watching. We're talking about sleep, and Sammy's opened up about her struggles with sleep and what sort of things she's done outside of just the carnivore diet, which is really good to talk about as well. But for those who are going to be watching, I'm just going to type here as well. Please feel free to ask please ask any questions by adding a Q before. Okay, yeah, so what? Oh, Sammy, are you still there?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes. I'm
Okay.
here.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
this has gone
existing
really
on this
quiet.
planet for
Yeah,
51
it's still
years.
here.
I haven't
51
vanished
years.
myself yet.
Yeah, can I just say that you don't look 50? You look, much
51.
younger than you do.
Thank you very much
51.
for
You don't
saying
look
that.
51.
I'm so happy right now. You made my day already. Let's
Oh, did
finish our
I?
conversation.
We're done.
No, 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 no. Good, good.
um, yeah. So
So can I ask you a question a little bit?
of course, yeah.
So you work, you take like a night, was that the graveyard shift, night shift
Mm-hmm.
still?
Yep. Yes.
So when you change the day shift to night shift, don't you have some kind of a jet lag, or you are tired yet you can't sleep?
All the time.
Oh, do you take melatonin?
All the time. Yes.
Okay, I do take melatonin because
Mm-hmm.
of the Dr. Ryan Alexander advice. I started to
Mm-hmm.
take melatonin. Previously, it was a 5 to 7 milligram, already over physiological gram. But
Yeah.
now I take, guess what, 20.
Oh, wow. Of melatonin.
That's melatonin. They're
Wow.
not because of the, oh, that's gonna put you down to sleep. That's because melatonin, many of them, I think many of you guys know that melatonin
Yeah.
is a kind of an anti, not inflammatory, anti-parasite, not was anti good stuff, anti something.
Mm.
Oh my goodness. And
Anti-inflammatory? No.
not inflammatory,
No.
antioxidant and something, anti-bad
Antioxidant.
stuff.
Antioxidant. Yeah. Antioxidant.
Antioxidant.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's call it antioxidant. Something anti-bad stuff.
Yeah.
As a cancer patient, one of the kind of modalities is a high dosage of melatonin intake,
Yes.
and it's gonna be bonus if I'm able to get the melatonin benefit So that's why I
Yes.
bump up the melatonin. Even 5 or 6 followers, I got not five, many cancer patients. They are following me.
Mm,
Out of
mm,
five, they are taking 20 milligram of melatonin as a
mm,
cancer management or treatment or prevention, all of that. Yeah. So
mm.
that's I wanted to know that. What do you take care of your sleep jet lag from your work?
So it's very difficult. So I too have struggled with sleep
Mm.
because of the shift work. So I used to actually take when I first started nursing when I was younger, about 10 years ago. I used to take benzodiazepines.
Oh, I
So I was
did.
taking
I did. Yeah, of
Hmm?
course.
Yes, and actually one day it was I was taking it for about a year. One day I went to my doctor's to get my prescription, because this was at a time where I was doing night shifts or graveyards very frequently.
Yeah.
Actually, for a period of time, for maybe a month or a couple of months, I was doing nearly every week I was doing graveyards.
Wow,
So
painful.
yeah, it was very painful. So it was very hard for me to get back into normal circadian rhythm. And then by the time I would recover, say 2 or 3 days of good sleep, I would need to go back and go back on a night shift again
Mm,
because yeah. So,
right.
anyways, one day the doctor said, um, "No, you're too young." He
Oh, I
basically said, "You're too young to
see.
be having this." So he said, "Try going on different tablets."
Mm.
I tried, this antihistamine, Phenergan.
Mm. Uh,
Uh,
yes.
mm,
Yeah, I know this stuff. I have done this. Yeah, great. In
that
my
that
case,
that didn't help.
yeah,
It
I
didn't help
knew
me.
that I started to take benzodiazepine when I was 15 years
Mhm.
old. 15.
Oh wow.
Until quite recently,
Mm.
37 years I've been on the
Yeah.
benzodiazepine. But
Mm,
because of that, Sarina, my emotional code coach, started to
mm,
release my trapped emotion.
mm,
Uh, One day I thought, maybe I can sleep without it. Already I had been on the very low dosage,
mm.
7 to 10% of the original dosage. I had been
Okay.
very low dosage, but now I got the emotional coach. That's kind of pushed me, encouraged me to come off the
Mm,
benzodiazepine. In your case,
mm, mm,
you didn't get into the kind of addiction of the
mm.
benzodiazepine, didn't you?
Oh, I think the doctors were concerned about it because I was
Mm. Yeah.
every month I would come back and I would always ask for a prescription. And so I think that might have, I don't know. They didn't say that I was addicted.
Mm-hmm.
But in saying that, I probably was because I was quite mad when
Mm,
they said no, let's try a different strategy. And
I
so
feel
yeah,
you.
and so I tried different strategies. I tried melatonin. Um, there was even a supplement. You may not have heard of it, but it's a natural uh beverage that they have in Pacific Islands. It's called kava.
Kaba. Okay.
Kava, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a muscle relaxant. So I was
Oh.
actually taking kava supplements for a little bit. That didn't work.
Mm.
Melatonin, that somewhat worked, but it took years and years of and for those who feel like I'm lying here, you can speak to my wife. I had a huge sleeping problem. It
Oh,
was like,
yeah.
but it
Everybody has
wasn't.
gone through.
Mm,
Mm.
maybe it was actually I'm certain it was to do with my line of work because imagine in let's say in 2 weeks I would do graveyards, then back to morning shifts, then back to afternoon shifts, then not, so it was like a constant change
Yes.
in
Every time you change it,
yeah,
you kind of messes everything up
yes,
and then
yes,
start from the scratch. I see, I
yeah.
see. Yeah, sleep is a big problem. Yeah,
Mm.
even on the carnival space.
But in
Mm.
saying that, it um, physically, when I went on the carnivore diet, it did improve my sleep. That's just
Oh.
my anecdote. I improved my sleep. Number one, because like what we talked about before, I didn't need to go to the toilet as much,
Mm-hmm.
so
Mm-hmm.
that was a problem as well. I would always wake up needing to urinate. But going carnivore and or even low carb, I stopped needing to do that.
Yeah,
The other
glucose,
thing,
like
mm,
stable. So there is no ups downs and waking up.
correct.
If you have a hypoglycemia, that's gonna
Mm,
wake you up.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's
Mm.
exactly. The other thing was, um, the I had sleep apnea,
Ah, you
so if,
were big
I was
previously.
big boy. Yes, I was a big boy.
Yeah.
It improved when I went on the carnivore diet, so that
Mm.
helped with the quality of my sleep. Actually, you know what, Sammy? I'm thinking back now. I didn't only have problems with insomnia, I had problems with oversleeping. And so there was a lot of times where I was adjusting
Hyper
the
insomnia.
dose of so
Yeah.
like sometimes I would sleep for like 10 hours and
Wow.
very long sleeps, and I would still feel very, very tired and groggy.
Mm. Mm-hmm. I
So
see.
I guess what I'm saying is being on carnivore, it has improved that a lot. Big time.
Brilliant, brilliant.
Mm,
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
mm,
Yeah, I hope that I'm gonna find my way to reverse long lasting hardcore insomnia problem.
mm.
Yeah. So another question I wanted to ask you today. Can I ask you another question?
Of course, yeah.
All right. I'm gonna take advantage to ask you some
Yeah,
questions. Number one,
yes.
you are health coach. Have
I
you
am, yes.
had the clients who
Mhm,
she's on Carnival or he's on Carnival
mhm,
for months and
mhm,
months. Previously,
mhm.
he's on the, let's say, ketogenic diet and then switched to
Yes.
Carnival months and months.
Mhm,
He was convinced that, his, health marker, like a cholesterol and, like a
mm,
triglycerides and ADHD, all of that would
mm,
improve. But guess what?
mm,
After the Carnival, maybe two
mm,
months, got the blood
mm,
test, the markers, health markers are horrendously bad, almost diabetic,
mm,
triglycerides so high, and you would
mm,
assume that maybe he cheated on, or he would kind of
mm,
he would have eaten some carbohydrates and honeys and all of that, the
mm,
processed food, all of that. But he swears, no, I've been no carried. And he, his lifestyle is great. He's grounding. He even
mm,
doesn't wear shoes, grounding,
mm,
and getting a sunlight. Have a lovely,
mm,
romantic relationship. Though his work is brilliant, but still,
mm,
despite of that, recently that he started to check the glucose and ketones and stuff. He
mm,
doesn't produce ketones, just a high
mm,
elevated glucose.
mm.
Now you are Sherlock Holmes. What could be his problem?
It's hard to say. You know what? Without trying to go into too much details and trying to find out a little bit more, because that will take, if we were really Sherlock Holmes, we need to have pen and paper. I need to have him on the phone. We need to investigate. But just going by what you've said,
Mm,
it seems like, you know, this is an outlier. This is not a typical response that you would normally get. Um, I think, the most responsible thing to do is to, number one, I think that that would need actual professional help. That
Okay.
unfortunately, as a health coach, I don't have that scope. I can help with making lifestyle changes and help with making help people with making decisions to improve their life. However, when it comes to diagnosing, it's out of my scope. But that doesn't mean to say I can suspect some things. Uh, can I ask what was his diet like before
Oh, the
this person
carnivore, no, 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 vegan,
before
no, no,
carnivore?
no, 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 the ketogenic diet. Ketogenic
A keto
diet,
diet.
meaning that you would consume some vegetables. But he
Mm,
realized that when he eats eggs and leafy greens and ginger, he
mm,
has some reactions. That's why he
mm,
kind of removed. He's knowledgeable about nutrition.
mm,
That's why he's not gonna eat some harmful plants and plant toxins and
mm,
all of that. He
mm,
nails it,
mm,
and that is his condition.
mm.
Maybe he needs some medical diagnosis, maybe underlying like sex
Possibly.
hormone
Yeah.
irregularities and hypothyroidism, all of that.
Mm, mm. It might even be to do. It's hard to say because I don't know the case very well. Um,
Mm.
but some things that I would say he could it could potentially be. I don't know. It's very hard. Um, you're saying that he's been having high blood sugars still?
Oh, yes, mildly elevated, fasting glucose sugar levels, like 120, 100, 100 to kind of a 100, hanging around the 100.
Oh,
A little
I
bit
don't know what
elevated.
the
Insulin, fasted insulin
100.
is high. Yeah, 100. Oh, yeah. Metrics is different.
100.
Let's
Yeah,
say
yeah. I'm just
I'm
calculating that
sorry,
now.
pre-diabetic
100
in the maybe American
milligrams.
scale.
Yeah, I'm trying to find out. Yeah,
Oh, sorry.
blood sugar levels.
Yeah, pre-diabetic level.
Let me have a look. So 100 conversion. I'll just put in conversion.
Mm.
So a 100 is 100 is around that. Okay,
Like a
it's
like a yeah.
yeah, like
Not
in some
bad, not
medical,
bad, not bad, not bad.
and
But fasting,
that's
yeah,
pre fasting.
pre-di. No, the
No,
pre-fasting.
sorry,
No,
sorry.
the fasted,
Fasting. It's
fast,
fasted blood
fasting.
sugars.
Yeah,
That's
and
not too bad.
ketones. the- he doesn't produce ketones. That's why I gave him the advice. Why not try, MCT oil? Start from the teaspoon
Mm,
to let his
mm,
body know or how to utilize the ketones.
mm,
Otherwise, you are fasted, ketone is so low, meaning that you are burning sugar. Where the sugar come from? Your amino
mm.
acid. That's my concerning point.
How long has he been on carnivore?
2 months, 2 months. Strict carnivore, lion diet carnivore, very strict, high
Mm,
fat, but it doesn't
mm,
produce ketones.
mm, mm,
Yeah,
mm.
I just
It,
wanted to know the opinion.
no, no, no. That's a really good question, and I think the best thing as well is to get as much information. Like, is he checking his ketones just once a day?
Oh, once a day, once a day. Oh,
Mm.
maybe a couple of times a day to see that some tendency.
Could be
Maybe,
like
yeah.
the okay. So again, I'm not gonna pretend to be an expert, but from what I know is that even with the blood strip test, it is more accurate than the urine strip test when it comes to checking for ketones.
Definitely.
In terms of your your cells and whether or not they're using ketones,
Hmm.
whether or not your cells are utilizing ketones, I don't think you can get that specifically from the blood test. The blood test will tell you what your levels, a snapshot of your levels of ketones in your blood at that time.
Hmm.
But in terms of your cells' demand for ketones at that period, I don't think it will tell you that. I don't think any test can tell you that.
Hmm.
Um, but you're saying he also has slightly elevated blood sugars. The other thing to do is maybe a CGM as well. The continuous
Yeah.
glucose monitor.
But don't you
Mm.
think CGM, if you are a carnivore, it's not
Mm.
exciting, that reading because
No, you're
stable.
not gonna go. Yeah, it'll be
Yeah,
stable.
I
Yeah,
had that. I had that. It's so
yeah,
boring. Why am I
yeah.
doing
I
this?
know.
But maybe
So,
it
you,
could give us some kind of a clue if he had a spike soon after he put the colon, which indicates
yes,
that the colon, somewhat disturbs his maybe immunological response to some chemical exposure, mold, or something.
maybe, maybe.
Yeah,
Um,
interesting.
yeah. So definitely, I guess before trying to get even more into detail and too technical, I think
Hmm.
uh, professional and expert opinion and assessment.
Yeah.
So that might be
Okay.
from a doctor. It might be from
Mm,
a nutrition expert who can interpret
doctors.
blood results. Mm,
Yeah, I know, Coach Jeff. Doctors.
mm,
I have a allergic reaction
mm.
to doctors being ridiculed. No
Yeah, yeah.
one listens to me. And also the doctors would see his, the total cholesterol and all of that. That's gonna
Mm,
give him the lipids and cholesterol lowering medicine. It's obviously
yes.
he does that.
Mm.
And so, do you have a way to find a kind of a carnivore friendly, keto friendly doctors in
Mm.
in your
Oh,
region, the Australia?
the only one I can think of is Dr. Chafee.
But he doesn't accept that normal patient, does he?
I don't know, to be honest.
Yeah, me
Maybe,
neither.
maybe if
He's
just
very
try. I
busy.
think you know what.
He's
I know
very
he's a busy
busy.
man. Yeah,
Yeah. I had a
I know.
yeah, conversation with him.
Yeah,
Even soon after finish our conversation, he
yeah,
leaves. That's the level of
yeah.
his busyness.
Busyness. Yes, I know.
Yeah, he's a neurosurgeon, a brain surgeon, all of that, right?
Mm. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So he will be very busy.
Hmm.
There's plenty of people that we're so blessed in this community that there are many people that we could turn to. Dr. Chafee is one.
Hmm.
I would say Professor Batke as well.
Oh,
Dr.
yeah.
Dr. Ken Berry, Sean
But
Baker.
they don't accept patients. Dr.
I
Sean
know
Baker has
more.
a,
more mm,
Libero has a,
yes, he does.
coach
Yes,
sessions.
yeah,
Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
That's a good one.
Not so much. Not so much. Whether they can treat your friend, but
Hmm.
maybe they can refer or direct to someone
Hmm.
else.
Oh, yeah.
Um, but you know what? Try Professor Batke. Try that.
Barkey.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'll
okay.
yeah,
Sounds
try
good.
try him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but otherwise, yeah, I think you know this is just my nursing brain kicking in as well. It just needs, you need to get as much information, assessments
Hmm.
to
Okay.
really see what is going
Sounds
on.
good. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
indeed.
Mm.
Yeah, thank you very much.
I hope
I
I
wanted
hope that
to,
he gets better. That we can find out what's
yeah,
going on. Yeah.
maybe I'm gonna give him that more 1 or 2 weeks. If that
Yeah.
his body started to produce ketone, we don't need to do
Mm.
anything. Just let it be.
Actually, is he feeling like okay? Apart from the diagnostic testing, how does he feel? Does he feel better or?
Fantastic. He's
Oh,
strong. He's,
yeah,
athletic,
yeah,
but
yeah,
obese yet fantastic.
yeah.
But here's the thing. Yeah, you think so. I thought about that. Oh, he felt great. That's why I
Mm,
didn't I didn't have a too much concerning feeling. But
mm,
why I felt concerned about him is because he felt fantastic,
mm,
especially switched to the carnivore from
mm,
like a normal ketogenic diet. But
mm,
his the blood test and his kind of a body scanning where he was
mm,
categorized as obese.
mm,
Sometimes you feel great, but you wouldn't notice
Ah.
what is truly going on. Don't get test, that kind of deal.
Mm.
Yeah, even look at
Mm.
this. I diagnosed as terminal colon cancer patient, right?
Mm.
Stage 4. Previously, I thought I went to switch to the Carnivore, and I had been on
Mm.
Carnivore 5 years. Before my diagnosis, I had been on Carnivore 5 years. I felt great. I thought that I was one of the most healthy people on this planet. I was
Mm.
overconfident. One day, got diagnosed stage 4 terminal. I
Yeah.
didn't realize. So
Mm.
sometimes because of the Carnivore, that's gonna give you
Mm.
energy. That is why you couldn't recognize that you're underlining some
Mm.
kind of something which is bad, some
Mm.
pathogen or whatever. That is
Mm.
my little bit thing.
Mm.
Oh, someone,
Yeah. So this is my good friend Eric. So hey
Eric.
Eric, I'm no expert either. Like just said, he may be an outlier. Some people just need professional help. Yeah, yeah,
Thank you,
absolutely. I
Eric.
think yeah, but also I think now that you also brought it up, Sammy, that he's only been on the carnivore diet for 2 months as well,
Mm-hmm.
and you're saying he's obese. I think as well sometimes if he's also feeling great and he's feeling much better, maybe it's just you need to allow your body to heal and just allow for
Yeah.
time
Mm-hmm,
until he
mm-hmm,
starts to um, start to lose a little bit more body fat, allow for your cells to recover,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
inflammation to lower, and then maybe
Wow.
track these markers and diagnostics
Mm-hmm.
later down the track as well, because he is feeling great. He's feeling great.
Yes. Yes.
So
Literally, he
uh
looks
yeah,
better because he lost
yeah,
the inflammation, the kind of water retention because of that, maybe the lowering insulin, I would guess.
yeah, yes. Keep it going. I mean, this is
All right.
where we just have to. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
But
Thank
if
you.
he is concerned, then I think definitely, yeah, professional help. But
Mm,
at this stage, it doesn't look like a concern to me at this
yeah.
stage. two
Okay.
months.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now you gave
Mm,
me a kind of a confident in, yes, keep doing
mm,
to some
mm,
extent to see
mm.
that some result. And if still doesn't help, let's get that help from the professionals,
Yes.
from the
Yes.
decent doctors, not that normal doctors.
Not the normal doctors. We know those doctors. Rome wasn't built in a day. If he's
Oh
feeling
yeah.
great, it's a great start. Yes.
Oh, thank
Yes.
you, Eric. You
You
encouraged
know,
me. All right.
yes, yes. Thank you,
Another
Eric.
question, though. Still, I
Definitely.
I wanted to ask you. Would you mind?
Yes.
Of course, all of the carnivore community people, we are following the Dr. Chafee. He's brilliant.
Yes.
I love him so
Mm-hmm.
much. Everybody loves
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Chafee. He mentions that koalas eat eucalyptus. Nothing more, nothing
Mm.
less. Koalas don't have a cheat days. Brilliant.
No.
So do panda bears. They they eat bamboo stuff,
Bamboo.
bamboo leaves all the time.
Mm.
So we have a kind of a species specific, diet specificity.
Mm-hmm.
Agree. This is
Mm.
a almost evolution. We've been evolved
Yes.
this way. Koala have been
Yes.
evolving this way. So I got that, but how about eucalyptus, the leaves? What is their benefit? Where they let koala bear to munching on them. So what is the benefit
Mm.
for eucalyptus and the bamboos? What
Mm.
is your take on? I always like a questioning that. Yes, the plant is very very clever chemist
Mm.
to
Yeah.
get you sick, to avoid being
Yes.
eaten by you. But if so,
Yes.
why eucalyptus and bamboo tree are so dumb? I should
Mm.
have asked this question to Dr. Jeffy. But
Oh yeah, why are you asking me? I don't know. No, I'm
I
kidding.
just you
Uh,
are one of
yeah,
the
yeah.
most kind of intelligent carnivore people, so I wanted to ask you this
Oh,
question to make you
oh, y-
suffer to think about this.
you make me feel good now. You said I'm intelligent, so we can
Yeah,
end
I
the
did too.
conversation now. We made our day.
Yeah.
No, look. Okay, so I think you answered your question already. That is the diet
What
that I
specific,
think that.
right?
I mean, with any the way I understand evolution is that, and when it comes to biology and your physiology, if you've been, if your bodies have been in, let me say it again, if that species or that organism has been consuming this diet for over a period of time, like hundreds of thousands of years, it's the diet that they've evolved in eating. So their biology
Mm,
has uh been adapted to absorb those
yes.
nutrients, and so those are the nutrients that it requires. That is, and then I'll bring it back to human beings. We are designed to get most of our nutrition from meat and animal products. But in saying that, okay, uh, this is where I think it's very important. I know we're talking about this before as well, when we're talking about carnivores and vegans and whatever. I think while yes, we are designed to consume a certain diet, um, we have to be specific. I think it's very important to be specific about what it is that we are properly designed to eat. So people say, people get confused when they say carnivore. They think, oh yeah, it's all about just eating meat, just meat, salt, fat. But if you look at the definition of a carnivore, it's someone who consumes at least 70% or more of its diet from
Mm,
meat and animal
more
products.
wide, good,
Mm.
almost spectrum. Accept the
Yeah,
spectrum. Mm.
the
But my
spectrum. Yeah.
question though is though why
Mm.
eucalyptic didn't evolve some defense to avoid to be eaten by koala bears.
Might be to do with their guts as well. Maybe they are able to break down the proteins. As I said,
Mm,
it's probably to do with their gastrointestinal tract or their system.
yeah, no, no,
But I
not
don't know. That's a good
yeah,
question.
yeah. I know. Very, very difficult question.
That's a good
Yeah,
question.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right, right. I hope that I'm gonna be invited by Dr. Chaffee. I'm gonna throw at him this question.
Yes,
Yeah, sorry,
I think
sorry.
so.
I
Definitely.
didn't mean to make you suffer. But
Yeah,
it's a
I'm not a coach
interesting
for
question.
koalas. I'm a coach for humans.
Yeah, yeah. No, not my point is that the point of
Yeah.
eucalyptics. You're right, eucalyptics.
Mm.
If I was
Eucalyptus. Yeah.
eucalyptics, I am
Yeah.
going to create a toxin to kill koala
Mm.
if they
Mm.
eat me. But they
Mm.
were okay. I'm eucalyptics. I'm generous enough to give a koala me.
Mm.
Hey,
Mm.
eat me. But there is no
Mm.
benefit by doing
Mm.
so as a
Mm.
eucalyptics. Sorry.
Yeah. No, I have no idea. That's really good question.
I
Dr.
know.
Chafee might be able to answer that one.
Yeah, if
Um,
you have a have a conversation with Dr. Chevy, please ask this
I'll let
question.
you know. Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
please. I'm
On his
excited.
live stream, on his live streams, I'll go and ask that question. Yeah.
Another thing, can I ask
Um,
you another question? Sorry, I keep
keep
asking
it
many
coming.
questions.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Ask
Next,
away.
fasting. Fasting.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Fasting is good. I'm not gonna
Mm-hmm.
try to do long fasting for the sake of doing longer fasting.
Yes.
And many cancer patients, or
Mm-hmm.
almost all cancer successful carnivore or whatever that
Mm,
you know, uh, cancer survivors, they
mm,
definitely do longer fasting, but I
mm,
don't. Biggest reason is I love eating.
mm.
Don't stole my pleasure from my life. So my
Yeah.
question is that, do you think that I can get away with doing longer fasting? Longer fasting by definition, longer than let's say 24, 72, somewhere around, other than just
Mm,
intermittent fasting,
yeah.
without having a longer fasting. My thoughts, my justification why I don't do longer 24, because I do exercise. Exercise, there's something that's gonna kind of sensitize your insulin, and then
Yeah.
insulin kind of function. Then also that's gonna
Mm,
deplete the glycogen and glucose and all of that. This is my
mm,
justification. The excuse is not to do intermittent fasting. What your
mm.
thought on the intermittent fasting for cancer patient, or the intermittent fasting for many carnivores community people? What your thought on the
It's,
intermittent fasting, or not? Just the
it's
fasting.
so I think to distinguish with people, when Sammy, when you mean prolonged fasting, you're
Mhm.
talking more than what do you call long periods of fasting? More
Long
than
means
24 hours?
my definition. Let's say
Mm,
yes, 24 hours. Let's define that.
mm. Yeah, yeah. So more than OMAD, or more than one meal a day, because OMAD is 24 hours, right?
Yeah.
Uh, so personally for me, I'll just go with my experience first. I do not regularly, I mean, sorry, I eat mostly OMAD, except for when I'm trying to build muscle. If I'm working on muscle building, I want to eat a little bit more. So I try and maybe do 2 meals a day. So, but anyways, back on track. Uh, I don't personally go more than 24 hours.
Mm.
And I'm just like you as well. Not that I love eating so much, but I feel like it's forced. If I want to do a fast, I feel like I'm forcing myself to do it.
Mm.
Um, and if I'm forcing myself to do it, I need to have a reason why.
Mm. I
Is
see.
it
I see.
because is it because
I
I
feel
want to
you.
lose a little bit more fat?
Mhm.
Do I want to be in a deeper level of ketosis? Um, so sometimes for me, I like to fast if I am not feeling very well in my stomach, and I need to have a bit of how shall I say it, a break or a cleanse. So say maybe I had a uh gastrointestinal upset. Maybe I went off the diet. Maybe I had some pizza and I felt upset in the stomach. Sometimes I will fast for more than 24 hours just to allow my gut to the inflammation
Just a
to
healing,
settle.
healing
Yeah,
protocol.
yeah.
All right. Another
Mm,
thing I forgot to mention, the reason I don't do
mm.
longer fasting is because my ketone is always high.
Yes,
And yeah, what's the point? I have to force myself. You
exactly.
exactly mentioned that. I should have
Mm,
mentioned that, kind of against your biology. If you are not
mm,
able to produce ketone, I would have done it.
mm.
Yeah, I just wanted to kind of get that
Yeah,
my
yeah. I
justification
get
is
you.
right.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And
And
but then at the end
also,
of the day, oh, sorry, go. Oh, before
sorry,
you go,
yeah, yeah, go.
I, I was just going to say, firstly, it's none of my business whatever anyone else wants to do. So if they want to do long periods of fasting, like say, they want to try going 72 hours or 1 week, um, that's fine. That's your choice. I guess if I was to ask you why are you doing that, I think that that is something that you have to decide on yourself. Like, what is the purpose of me doing this? Because I know that people like to do extended long periods of fasting, not just for ketone production, but also to promote what's the word I'm looking for?
Autophagy?
Autophagy. Yes, that's it. Autophagy.
There
So
you go.
so sometimes, and again, if that's the case, then fine. Uh, However, if I'm just going by my experiences, I've tried going 3 days, Sammy. Have you tried going
Oh,
longer than 3 days
no,
or three
no,
days?
no. 24. 24 is my
Mm.
longest.
And uh, I personally don't feel really good when
Mm,
doing a
that's gonna
anything
tell
more
you
than three
something.
days. Mm,
Yeah.
mm.
And another concerning thing though about, longer fasting, especially female population,
Ye-
especially in the
Yes.
premenopause, we are already stressed out. Our
Mm,
sex hormones go everywhere, everywhere.
mm.
It is stressful. And also, I'm a sleep deprived person. It's already
Yes.
stressful. And I do
Yeah.
exercise. I'm into the muscle training, resistance training, weightlifting. It is very,
Mm,
very kind of taxing, stressful
mm.
exercise. On top of that,
Yes.
why you put on the another stress to the already stressed out your
Exactly.
body?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Imagine, Sammy, I did that and I'm a nurse. I work all the different shifts and different hours of the day. It's very, very challenging. I guess in saying that, if people do want to go and try doing prolonged fasting, I think the best way is number one, you need to plan it. You need to plan yourself and prepare yourself for a prolonged fast, which is something I did. And number two is that you need to have parameters that will tell you, okay, if I'm not feeling great, if I'm not, say, producing urine for, at least 30 mils an hour, or let's say if I'm not producing any urine, or my blood pressure has dropped,
Mm-hmm.
or I'm starting to feel like I'm going to pass out, then you need to have your parameters to say, stop
Mm.
now. Let, let's let,
Yeah,
let's stop going with this.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is called listen to your body. Your
Yes,
body
listen to your
tells you.
body, but also sometimes I know some people like to use willpower as a thing to, no, I got to
Mm,
keep going. I got to keep doing this. Okay,
yeah.
fine. But
We
at the
have a
same
more
time,
than better mentality.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mm,
I'm a very conservative person, and I think it's just my nursing brain. I think,
mm,
there has to be a a a parameter or a threshold to say, okay, if this doesn't, if I go over this, or if this happens, then I have to stop because of my safety. Okay, because quite often, and I see it a lot on Instagram, people go, I'm going to try doing a 7 day fast because I want to try and lose weight.
yes.
I just want to
Yes.
try it. I want
A
to give it a try.
competition.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Which is great. I mean,
Mm,
you know, it's great mentally if you can, if you want to do that. However, uh, safety comes first, right?
yes. Yes. Great, great opinion. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I'm glad that I asked you this
Mm,
question. Ask this question to you. Yeah.
yes,
Thank you. Thank you.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
And another tip would be to get an accountability buddy or a person. So,
Mm.
for example, when I did the prolonged fasting, I always told my wife, I told my wife, just, can you just check on me? Even you don't have to keep asking me, how are you going? Check my blood pressure and whatnot. Just keep an eye on me, and just
Mm.
and keep me accountable if I have breached. So, for example, my threshold is, if I start to feel lethargic or dizzy, you know, talk to me, tell me to stop, and then,
Mm.
check your blood pressure, check your, uh, you know, check, how much have you drunk, how much have you peed, how much have you eat, have you taken. any electrolyte supplements, or have you put salt? Have you drunk any salt water?
Good tip. Electrolyte
Yeah,
balance.
yes, and just have someone oversee you. Have your own nurse.
Yeah. You even
Yes,
nurse yourself. Yeah,
yeah,
right.
because quite often there'll be uh, some things that they may see that you don't see.
Mm,
But thankfully, when I did the 3 day fast, no big issues, except
good.
when I did it. Um, when I introduced food back in, when I started, eating, I went straight for steak, and I don't know what it was, but my stomach was, it did not
Yeah,
feel good. Mm.
of course, of course. The dormant and a big steak.
Yeah, yeah,
Right.
yeah. I went straight for the big meal, which you shouldn't do. Or I'm told you shouldn't do.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I was just so hungry, so
I
hungry.
see, I see. Yeah.
Mm.
Again, you have to learn it and listen to your body and learn it. Being keep
Correct,
yourself accountable. Yeah. Thank you. That's good
correct.
tips. Yeah.
Yes,
Okay,
yeah,
Joe.
yeah.
I have some meeting later on, so
Yes,
we're gonna have a next round four soon.
yes, definitely.
Please
Yes.
invite me back again.
Oh, anytime, anytime. You know
Thank
what?
you.
I'm thinking if time permits and I'm able to continue doing these live streams, I'll do it more frequently. Um, but oh man, as I'm looking now, we got 5 viewers. Thank you for watching, guys.
Oh, thank you. Hello.
Yeah, I wish you guys would have joined in earlier when we had no one watching for for the first 30 minutes. But you know
Yeah,
what?
that's all right.
I'm still happy. I'm glad. You know what? I always enjoy having a chat with you, Sammy.
Thank you. Same
Um,
here. We are friends.
and I will invite you the next time, of course. Anytime,
Please.
anytime. Yeah.
Schedule it.
So if I do this more regularly, feel free to
Sure.
jump on.
Yeah, of
Yeah,
course,
yeah,
of course. I'm always privileged
yes.
to pick up your brains.
Oh, thank
Maybe
you,
your
thank
body in
you.
the brain shrinks after conversation
After
with
this,
me.
yeah,
Yes.
maybe. Yeah. Woo, Sammy, I'm really hungry now. Maybe I need to refuel my brain.
Yes. Get the omega 3s.
Get the omega threes. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Maybe I should check my blood glucose and ketones too to see if see how I'm going. Hmm.
Please. Please do.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, you know what? Like, last time I checked my ketones. Oh, before you go, really funny story.
All right.
So I checked my ketones, um, one time at work with nursing students. Now,
Mhm.
the this is in nursing they have, obviously they got thresholds, and you've got parameters to say, okay, if someone's ketones are above uh 2, or point 0.6, it's positive, right?
Mhm.
Okay, you need to call the doctors. Anyways, I didn't tell them that I'm on a carnivore or low carb diet. I checked my ketones. It was like, and I was fasting, and I was exercising on that morning. Okay, ketones were 3.2. Oh my gosh, these students, they thought, oh my gosh,
Ketoacidosis.
yeah. They sat me down. They said, sit on the chair, and they went to go grab a doctor.
Emergency.
And
Yeah.
I
Amazing,
was just
man.
laughing. I did that on purpose. I told them, look,
Mm-hmm.
this is a lesson for you, okay? Just because,
Supposed to be.
just because, yeah, just because the form tells you that you need to call the doctors, okay? You need to understand the context of what's happening, okay? If I
Mm.
was a diabetic, if I was having high blood sugars and my ketones were elevated, yes, then that's definitely a concern. However, if you check my blood sugars, I guarantee you I am not hyperglycemic. I am just at a normal, not a normal. I will actually be considered quite low in terms of my blood sugar levels. I'm not experiencing acidosis.
Mm-hmm.
This is just my body
Yeah.
reacting to
Normal
the
physiology.
food. Normal physiology. But anyways, yeah, so that was a good lesson for those students.
Yes, indeed.
Mm.
It's supposed to
But
be
the doctor
happening.
that but the doctor also who came and saw me, uh, he was a junior doctor at that time too.
The
So he
panic
had a
hit.
bit of a lesson. It was a lesson for him too. So I said,
Oh
look,
yeah, yeah.
I'm
Amazing.
not a diabetic. I'm not a type 1
Mm.
diabetic. This is just my normal physiology. Okay.
Great lesson.
And the great lesson is I told them, what is that telling you about carbohydrates? You don't need carbohydrates in your diet.
Yeah, yeah. No
And
essential
so that was a good
at
lesson
all.
for them. Yeah.
Why? I haven't
Yeah.
eaten carbohydrate 9 years. I haven't dropped that yet.
Yeah. Not yet. No.
Not yet.
No.
Maybe next
No.
maybe tomorrow because of that of
Or maybe
hypoglycemia.
Sammy, we recorded this 9 years ago. Maybe we this
Oh
is a
yeah, yeah, yeah.
pre-recording.
Exactly.
Maybe we're not here. Maybe
No,
we're
no.
not here
I'll
anymore.
be already dead.
Yeah.
Amazing.
No, I'm kidding. We're perfectly fine.
Yes, I'm
We're
alive. We
speaking
are
live.
alive.
Yes. But anyway, Sammy, I won't take up your time. Thank you so much for
Thank
um
you. I really
having this
enjoyed
chat.
that as always.
Yep. Thank you. This is my auntie. Thank you, Mama
Mm,
Pema. Thank you for joining in.
hello.
This is my
Thank
auntie.
you, Auntie.
Um,
Oh, nice.
uh, yeah. So I got the family here.
Nice,
My
nice.
family
Family
are watching.
time.
Yes, yes. But anyway, Sammy, thank you for your time again. We'll catch
Thank you
up
very
in
much
the near
for
future.
inviting me. Yeah, yeah. Let's hope for that
Okay,
next,
guys.
our session again soon.
Yes, definitely. Okay, I'll end this live stream. See ya, guys.